Hi guys! Welcome back to this week's video. If you're new here or if you happen to come across this video, hi, my name is Rana. I do random videos for fun, mostly about studying and productivity. Now, this video will be a bit different and somewhat exciting because in this video, I am going to be sharing 10 best study habits for accountancy students according to ChatGPT. Yes, T. If you haven't heard of ChatGPT, GPT, it's basically this one. Ting! Yeah, so it's like an AI that generates responses for you. So if you're feeling too lonely and you have no one to talk to, just chat GPT. Anyways, without further ado, let us start. Okay, so according to ChatGPT, so as an accountancy student, it's crucial to develop effective study habits to succeed in your field. Here are some of the best study habits for accountancy students. First is create a study schedule. Plan your study sessions in advance and allocate dedicated time for different subjects and topics. Consistency and a structured approach will help you cover the necessary material and stay on track. Now, my thoughts on this is that I too have my own study schedule. The thing is, I don't really have a consistent study schedule. I know that earlier consistency is key. My study schedule differs every day. For example, on Monday, I have to focus more on, let's say, audit problems because I'm having a little bit of challenge understanding some ways to solve a problem. Then I'm gonna focus on that subject. And of course, guys, having a study schedule is useless if you don't even stick to it. So make sure you stick with your study schedule. It's also nice if your study schedule is like posted in your table. You know, making a study schedule, we can make a different video on that. So let's have that for another video. Next tip, according to ChatGPT, break down complex topics. Accountancy can involve intricate concepts. Yes, it is true. Break down complex topics into smaller, manageable parts. Focus on understanding each part before moving on to the next. This method can enhance your comprehension and make studying more efficient. So let me give you an example since I recently just took Quali. The AFAR, or the Advanced Financial Accounting and Reporting, is a bit complicated. It's advanced, very advanced. And what I did was I broke down the topics. For example, in partnership, there is formation, there is operations, liquidation, dissolution. So what I did is I first read the theoretical part of the topic. So for no solving yet, okay? I want to understand the nature of how you solve it. So I didn't immediately go to how I solve it. Even though some people, I have friends who learn better when they solve first, then they read concepts after. But it's different. It's different for me. I don't know. Then when I'm done with the theoretical part or like the concepts, I go on my reviewers and then I try to solve it based on how I understand the concepts. And it may take a long time, but this is what I'm already used to, and this is how I understand the topics better. I actually don't move on studying the partnership operations if I have not like understood the formation first, because there's no use going to partnership operations when I don't even understand how a partnership is like formed, right? It will make it easier if you try to focus on one topic first before moving on to the next. Next is step number 3, according to ChatGPT. Utilize active learning techniques. Actively engage with the material rather than passively reading or listening. Take notes, create flashcards, solve practice problems, and teach concepts to others. These active learning techniques reinforce your understanding and retention of the subject matter. Now, if you've watched my previous video, a video before this, it's about how to slay your qualifying exams. I keep on repeating the word active recall because active recall is actually very important in order for you to better retain information. Like I mentioned in that video that, for example, before I start studying for a new topic, I try to recall everything I've learned from the previous topic that I just learned and recall everything that I know. And if there are things that I cannot recall, then that is the time where I will like look into it in my notes, in my reviewers, and fill in what I'm missing. So another way to recall is using flashcards, and I use the Anki app. I always recommend this in my video and I'm not even sponsored. Or when you're taking a bath and you're washing your hair, and recall, guys, for example, what are the requisites of quasi-delicts? There should be damage, there should be, okay, anyways, let's not talk about that for now. Okay, yeah, so active recall so that you'll never forget it. And if you want, you could also like write down, like make mind maps, because mind maps are actually very effective when studying, because you don't need a lot of words. You just need to like connect the dots and connect concepts and relationship of concepts with each other. Next step is number 4. Practice regularly. Practice regularly. Accountancy requires practical application. Solve as many problems and exercises as you can to reinforce your understanding of the concepts. Practice will improve your problem-solving skills and help you prepare for exams and real world scenarios. So of course, there are lots of problem solving in accountancy, and since first year we have already lots of problems. This step reminds me of Miss Sarah. She's my teacher, and I've been under her for like 4 times already, and Miss Sarah keeps on saying just practice. And yeah, it's actually very effective when I was reviewing for my quali level 3, because since I do not have enough time, all I did was to look up like questionnaires in the internet and try to solve it on my own. So yeah, just practice solving, guys, and like make use of your calculators, especially when it's pink. Okay, next, number 5. Seek clarification. If you come across any challenging topics or doubts, don't hesitate to seek clarification from your professors, classmates, or online resources. Understanding the fundamentals is crucial for building advanced knowledge in accountancy. Okay, guys, so I actually also mentioned this in a lot of my videos already. If there are things you don't understand or you're having a difficult time understanding, just look up on the internet, because there are lots of online resources in the internet, or you can like reach out to someone from like a senior or your teachers to ask for help if there are things you don't understand. And things that actually help me are YouTube channels, accountancy YouTube channels. Refer to other resources, guys. Don't stick into one resources, but don't also stick to too much resources, because you might be like overloaded with information and there's no mental clarity already. Mental clarity. 6th tip, according to ChatGPT, is join study groups. Collaborating with fellow accountancy students can provide different perspectives and enhance your learning experience. Discussing concepts, solving problems together, and sharing study resources can deepen your understanding and keep you motivated. Again, in my videos, I keep on saying join study groups, and if you don't have, join study stream. Guys, I don't think I have to like elaborate this further, because study stream, I'm not even sponsored, but I keep on promoting it because it's really very helpful. You feel guilty when you watch other people studying, so you start studying as well. And my friends and I actually have a Discord channel. Shout out to my friends Dana, Gerald, Ronald, Minette. We have a Discord channel where we study together. Sometimes we turn our cameras on, and there are times when my good friend Gerald, even though we're supposed to be studying, she's doing her skincare. I don't recommend, but yeah, it has been very effective. Especially, you can ask questions with your friends, talk with your friends, and be productive together. Again, I'm so sorry. There are lots of notifications in my phone, and I don't even have a love life. 7th tip: use mnemonic devices and visual aids. Mnemonic devices and visual aids can help you remember complex information. Create acronyms, diagrams, flowcharts, or mind maps to represent and visualize accounting concepts and principles. For example, guys, let's say, what are the relevant assertions under transaction classes? I have as acronym, for example, let's say OAC cube. So O means occurrence, A means accuracy, C means completeness, other C means cutoff, and the last C means classification. Those are actually very helpful, especially if you're trying to memorize something. I'm sorry, I cannot stop the dog from barking. It's their nature. Next, my 8th tip: review and revise regularly. Regularly review and revise your notes and class materials. This practice helps reinforce what you've learned and and identifies areas that require further attention. Create a revision schedule to stay on top of your studies. I can relate with this during my first year because I was very diligent when it comes to note taking during class. During my first year, I have lots of energy and I really like studying before because we only have 2 major subjects in accountancy. So what I do, I advance study my law subject. I am like 2 chapters ahead. Yeah, I was that diligent during my first year. And whenever we have class na and we start to discuss those topics, I already know what I know based on those materials. But of course, there are newly added information that your teacher, like the attorney, our attorney gives us. And I try to include it in my notes. And when I go home after that class, I try to revise my notes. So the notes that I make, it's not yet my final notes. I wait for the class, and then when class is over, I go home, and then when I go home, I try to make the revision on the same day. Because I know if I don't make it on the same night, I'll forget about it, or maybe I'll be too lazy to even revise my notes. So yeah. Revise, and review regularly. Wow, coming from me, I'm not even reviewing right now. 9th tip, take care of your well-being. Wow. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle is essential for effective studying. Get sufficient sleep, eat nutritious meals, exercise regularly, take breaks during your study sessions. Taking care of your physical and mental well-being will enhance your focus, memory, and overall academic performance. Yes, in my previous video, again, I already mentioned this. Rest is very important. Especially when you're studying for long hours, there should be study breaks between those long hours because you don't have a boyfriend. Take care of your own self. Okay, no. Take care of yourself, guys, because again, rest is also a good way to boost your productivity. I have a story, guys. So one time during my senior high school, yeah, I know it's not college and it's not even accountancy, and I was an EBM student, but I want to share. So I pulled an all-nighter. I really did not sleep. I tried to finish the coverage for that exam. I did not sleep. I finished studying maybe around 6. I had to prepare for school and go to school around 7. I did not sleep, and I did not do well during the exams because I was so tired. I couldn't even focus answering, and I swear I think I slept, but very quick lang, yeah. Take care of yourselves because if you won't, who will? You're single. No, I am single. Next, for our last tip, stay organized. Keep your study materials, notes, and assignments organized. Use folders, binders, digital tools to categorize and store your study resources. Being organized reduces stress, saves time, and allows for easy access to relevant materials. In one of my study tips in my old video, but not really that old, but it's in my playlist, but it's still old because it was a few years or last year. I have this motto before I start studying. A clean desk equals a clear mind. I'm not sure if that's even the exact words I said. A clear space equals a clear mind. Anyways, before I start studying, I make sure, guys, that my study table is clean. When my study table is clean, it's organized, everything's in place, it motivates me to study. Whenever I'm seeing my highlighters organized by color, my books clean, my papers intact, my pens in place, I feel motivated to study. Even though I don't have the most aesthetic desk, it motivates me to study because everything is clean. So what's stopping you from studying? Procrastination? The tip here, use folders, binders, though I agree, but you don't have to spend a lot of money trying to make your desk aesthetic, because at the end of the day, no matter how aesthetic your desk is, if you don't study and use that desk, your desk will be useless. So go study. That tip applies to me as well. And those are the 10 tips according to ChatGPT, chat.openai.com. So there's like a little paragraph here from ChatGPT. Everyone has different learning styles and preferences, so adapt these study habits to suit your needs. Experiment with different techniques and strategies to find what works best for you. These are tips according to ChatGPT, but we all have our different preferences. There are study habits that I do that you might not agree on. There are things that would work on me that won't work for you, and there are things that works for you that won't work for me. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you learned a thing or two from ChatGPT and from some of my insights that hopefully are helpful, even though it's a bit chaotic, because I try to make my videos feel like I'm just talking to my Instagram story or just like FaceTiming someone. So yeah, if you want more study and productivity content, I have a playlist, a lot of playlists. I have playlists for accountancy, I have playlists for study with me, I have live stream study playlist, I have college or university playlist. So just check out my channel and subscribe. If we hit 5K, I'm gonna give away 5,000 hearts. Guys, I won't be active so much on YouTube anymore. Maybe I'll post a video or two once a year, joke. But I'll be very busy in the coming months, so I hope you understand. Anyways, bye!